Hi y'all. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. If you are new, welcome. My name is Amira and my channel is all about trying new makeup, talking about new makeup, but also finding new and exciting ways to be inspired by the makeup that you already own. And in that vein, today I wanted to do a little experiment that I've been thinking about for a while because we always talk about how much dear Mother Pat McGrath loves a gold. She loves a gold metallic eyeshadow. They exist in pretty much every single palette. Almost. If you don't count her quads. Every single palette that she has released. So I've decided to do a little experiment and we're going to swatch every single gold in the Mothership palettes. I decided to keep it only to the Motherships. I'm not going to do the quads and the six pans, mainly because a lot of the six pans are no longer available. And a lot of those shades that are in the six pans are actually repeats from the Motherships themselves. So I figured staying with these would be a fairly accurate representation of her range of gold metallic eyeshadows. So let's get into it. All right, gang, I have taken every palette out of its box and I've put the little cards here so that I can, refer to them as needed. But I will say, I don't own every single Mothership. I own all of them except for one, which is Utopian Dreams, which I have to admit, guys, I was this close to purchasing, recently because she just had a sale. So yeah, I almost bought it, I admit. But just did the lighting a bit. Hopefully this will give a better representation of the shades. So we're going to go from Mothership 1, which is Subliminal. And she has one gold in here, which is Pale Gold 002. We shall swatch. I shall put her to the side. Very pretty. Next up is the second palette, which is, what is it, Sublime? I think Sublime is the second one. And it's this very orangey gold called Bronze, but it's really, it's called Bronze 05, but it's basically just like a really warm gold. You can see that there. To wipe my fingers off as I go. Next up we have Subversive. And the shade in this is more like a green gold, but we're going to swatch it anyway. I have way too much product on my finger. And that is Gigabyte. Next up is Decadence. I adjusted the camera a bit, but this is Gold Standard. I've been filming all morning, so my camera's been in like multiple positions and I keep having to like double check that it's in the right one. Next up, now, the gold in this one is one of her special shades. It's a bit flaky and it's more of a glittery topper type of gold, but a gold nonetheless. And this is Astral Luna Gold. And that is from Bronze Seduction. Next we have Midnight Sun, which has this beautiful shade called Jubilee. And this is one of her special shades, but for me, it really does look more like a traditional gold metallic. I don't find it to be as like special as the other shades in here, the other 3 special shades. Next up is Divine Rose 1. And there are 2 shades in here that I am going to swatch. I'm going to swatch Refined Gold 2 and VR Rose Venus. And one has a bit of a shift to it. The other one does not. But I'm going to show them to you nonetheless. So as you can see, this one has a very peachy undertone, but it shifts golden. And last but not least is Divine Rose 2. And I will be swatching 2 shades here. I'm going to swatch Gold Lust 001, which is quite yellow. But I also think I want to do Astral Pink Moon, because even though it's pink, it has a bit of a gold fleck to it. So I just want to cover my bases and include that. All right, guys, let's talk about it. Okay, so this is literally every single gold in all of the Mothership palettes that I own. And as you can see, they're all different, similar, but not the same. And here's the thing. There's certain ones in here that just call out to me. Like this one, I mean, you could say that this isn't a traditional gold, that it's more of a green, but it's, or bronze. But for me, this reads like a gold with a green undertone to me. This one is more of a traditional yellow gold. You've got a traditional like neutral toned gold here. The same with this one, although this one is leaning a bit more warm than this one is. You've got one, you know, got a pinky gold shifty shade. You've got one that has a bit of an oranger base. You have this one that is sort of like a champagne gold with a bit of pink thrown in. Then you've got this one that is very much sort of an orangey bronze tone. And then you have this one that is what I would consider a cool toned gold, similar to this one. I would say these are very similar in tone, but different in finish. This is sort of a traditional metallic, while this one is very flaky. This is one of her special shades. This one is very flaky and it's very glitter based, and the base is sheerer than this one is. So when we say that Pat McGrath has a gold in every palette and we're so sick of the golds, I agree. However, in her defense, I mean, you get a nice range here, you know? You get a nice range. Would I prefer some of these be swapped out for other tones? Would I prefer that in upcoming Motherships, she just leaves a gold out? Because bear in mind, these are just the Motherships, okay? She has quads, she has 6 pans, she has those big Kahuna holiday palettes. The one that I own, and I didn't, again, I'm just sticking with the Motherships here, but I own the 2020 holiday 2021 large palette, which is Celestial. Is it Divinity or Odyssey? I always get them mixed up. One is the 2021 and the other one is the 2021 one. I think it's Odyssey. That one has 2 golds in it. So again, if you own a ton of Pat McGrath, then yes, you're getting a crap ton of gold eyeshadows. Some that are, you know, more similar than others, you know, but if you don't, I wouldn't worry about it. If you own 1 or 2 Pat McGrath palettes, I think having a gold in each palette wouldn't, you know, or if you have 3, it's not the end of the world because they are different enough. I feel like once you start venturing outside of just the Mothership collection is when you will find more redundancy, because of the fact that there are certain palettes that have recycled shades, but also just because if you have the Motherships with this range of golds, do you really need a quad or a 6 pan with more gold? Not really. So yeah, that's my little experiment, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a little bit different, but I just was so curious. I've been curious for a while, and I figured if I was going to bust out my motherships and talk about, you know, and swatch them on my own and really sort of get a feel for it, I might as well have done it on camera. And so I hope you enjoyed this little fun little experiment, this little this little beauty science project. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit the like button. And if you are not subscribed, please be sure to subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye now.